all of my tears. I'm about to switch it up and start to change the gears. Definitely go all out. Ain't no time for me to postpone this, ain't not now. It's a downhill trip with no brakes, bruh. Know what I was doing, so I counted all the stakes, bruh. Dream catcher, I ain't playing no stopping, no hell nah. It's a crazy high from doing this like all the day, bruh. I'm so addicted to it that I can't give it up, bruh. It already got me hooked, no way of letting go now. Just so you know, bruh, I'ma chase it. Been running so long that I got shoes with no laces. Wishing of having a bunch of watches with a whole lot of different gold faces. Success coming soon and I can already taste it. Dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. It's a dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. It's a dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. I said dream catcher, oh, it's bigger than you could ever imagine. So big that I'm wanting a mansion. Hope you're lucky enough that you could have one. I'm a raider, Oakland raider, I'm a raider, Oakland raider, I'm a raider. Like old school John Madden, Rich Gannon, and Marcus Allen. Attitude like John Gruden. We got loyal fans, they all rooted. Yeah, that's the sound of it. Let me hear it again, show 'em how the town does it. When we come through, just win, baby, what we gon' do? Got the other team shaking cause we hitting hard. R.I.P. Jack Tatum and R.I.P. Al Davis. Never been a traitor. I'm a raider, Oakland raider, I'm a raider, Oakland raider, all I make is highlights, that was Crabtree. Whole crowd do the wave, do the max beat. And my favorite 32, that was Jack T. I look better in a silver and a black tee. When you thought we fell off, Raiders right back. Only one eye and win, eye patch. At the Coliseum, about to make the fire crack. All I make is hard hits like Khalil Mack. Yeah, D-Card, we stars. Bo Jackson, jersey number 3-4. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, I'm a Raider. Commitment to excellence.
Intercepted in the end zone by Charles Woodson. Second career touchdown on a punt return. Can you believe it? Return by Tim Brown. The extra point is in.
This was our finest hour. This was the finest hour in the history of the Oakland Raiders. The Tom Flores, the coaches, and the great athletes. Your commitment to excellence and your will to win will endure forever. You were magnificent.
Yo, what is going on YouTube? What is going on Raider Nation, man? Welcome to another edition Game Preview Thursdays, man. I'm your host, RaiderBen, man. Welcome to the channel. My voice is finally starting to come back. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, your boy Benther was in LA for that game, that shellacking that the Raiders took against the Chargers. You know, all in all, it wasn't much of a shellacking, but at the same time, kind of got our ass whooped in that game, man. We got physically fucking dominated from the first snap all the way to the last snap. So, you know, it is what it is. This show isn't about recapping no game. This show is about talking about this week's upcoming matchup. And this week's upcoming matchup, we have the Baltimore Ravens. So let me go ahead and change this real quick. Cement. All right, cool. See who we got in the chat. What's goody, everybody? Hopefully everybody's having a great one. You guys know what time it is. What up, Hector Munoz? I made a new channel, man. Make sure you go subscribe to the new channel, my brother. That's where mostly everybody's at. Pizzle, you know I'm live right now, bro. Why you calling me? Much love to everybody, man. You guys know what time it is. So we'll give a quick shout out to the chat real quick. Who we got in this motherfucker? I need to go over here and save this, so it locks my chat in there, so I'm going to keep bringing it up. Once again, make sure you guys subscribe and hit the like button, as it helps the channel a lot. It's free. It helps us get in the algorithm. You guys know what time it is, man. Ray Love. And then it's not. Where the fuck is my chat at, dude? I'm still here. I didn't go nowhere. Gotta fucking redo my chat. Alright, cool. And then there's Ray Love. What up, Ray Love? Depressed Raider fan. Every season's a long season if you're a Raider fan, my boy. You feel me? Everybody knows this. Come on, man. I really want to make that chat bigger, though. It's too small. Okay, there we go. Boom. What's goody? What's goody in the hoodie? Nice to see all of you guys, man. Depressed Raider. We got Nightbot. Got 2 cents in the building. Nice to see all you guys. So, Raiders 0-1. Ravens 0-1. Raiders start their season on the road in LA. Completely owned by Raider fans, by the way, in case you guys never been to LA. That stadium was like 70% Raider fans. Completely just took over that stadium like we always do, man. I was there, so I had a great time. Unfortunately, the Raiders weren't able to pull it off. Start the season 0-1. Like I said, Baltimore lost their first game as well as they traveled to Kansas City. And the Baltimore Ravens ended up taking the game all the way down to the end. Tried to force overtime. Lamar Jackson found Isaiah Likely in the back of the end zone. But just unfortunate for the Ravens and Isaiah Likely. His foot was on the line. So they did not give him the touchdown. Ruled him out of bounds. That's where the game finished. So now we got Baltimore in Baltimore. They're getting their home opener. You know what I'm saying? They're ready for us. It's Baltimore's a tough place to play, man. And, you know, them 10 a.m. kickoffs just aren't good for us, man. Them 10 a.m. West Coast time kickoffs, they're never good for us, man. If I could just tell you guys, if I had the numbers in front of you in terms of, you know, our record in these 10 a.m. games, I promise you, if you would take my word for anything, take my word for this, dude, we absolutely suck. We suck at 10 a.m. kickoffs. We started to get it together a little bit under John Gruden, in my opinion. I felt like we started to figure them 10 a.m. kickoffs off, figure them out a little bit. But all in all, man, yeah, we're just not good in them 10 a.m. kickoffs. Antonio Pierce was asked about it yesterday. He pretty much said that they're doing everything 3 hours early. So, you know, if practice is at 2 p.m., they're starting practice at 11 a.m. They're trying to do whatever they can to get acclimated to this time zone. So, you know, I do appreciate that. You know, obviously, teams do different things, right? Some teams go out there early and try to get acclimated. Some guys just kind of adjust their practice. You know what I mean? So everybody's got their own way of doing shit. What up, Raider Paul? And the Raiders' way of doing shit is kicking off everything 3 hours early. So, all in all, hopefully that pans out. Like I said, Baltimore's a tough fucking place to play, bro. 10 a.m. kickoffs don't fare well for us. I don't know what John Harbaugh's record is off of a loss. I don't have it right in front of me. But if I had to go out and tell you right now, I bet you John Harbaugh doesn't lose back-to-back games very often. So just keep that in mind going into this game. Fun fact, John Harbaugh, where the fuck I always get their names mixed up. Whatever Harbaugh it is for the Ravens, he's actually one of the few special team coaches that started his career as like a special teams coach and is actually an NFL coach in the league right now. Really good coach over there. I can't even tell you how many times they've missed the playoffs with Harbaugh. They don't miss the playoffs very often. He's obviously got a Super Bowl ring, beating up on the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Baltimore is just a really, really fundamentally sound, disciplined football team. And they have a quarterback. You know what I mean? And that's really the biggest thing. You know what I mean? I remember when the Ravens took Lamar Jackson, they traded up out of the second round back into the first round to take him. And I wanted Lamar. You feel me? But, it is what it is. Lamar is a beast. Our former reigning NFL MVP. There's a few, knocks on Lamar. You know what I'm saying? He can never really win the big games. Can't really do shit in the playoffs. Shit like that. You feel me? Like, people are going to have their own little knocks on him, and that's cool. But all in all, man, Lamar is a good quarterback. Motherfuckers tried to say, that Lamar couldn't throw. That couldn't be the furthest from the truth. He's not. This is what Lamar is not good at. Lamar can throw the football if he's comfortable. If you force Lamar to throw the ball, that's when he doesn't throw the ball that well. You know what I mean? I'm not too worried about Lamar. And I say that because we just beat the Ravens like 3 years ago. And you can say whatever you want about Derek Carr. That team that we beat them with in 2021, yeah, we made the playoffs that year. But it wasn't like that team was stacked with talent. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that team was stacked with talent. Like, offensively, we had Henry Ruggs. We had Zay Jones. Like, we had Darren Waller. Like, that wasn't no great team that we had in 2021, and we beat them. What up, Miguel Moreno? I don't like thinking like that, bro. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You fit in the same boat with depressed Raider fan. You feel me? Like, I get your mindset, but I can't have that mindset. But anyways, you go back and look at that 2021 Raiders team that beat the Ravens in Vegas. I was at that game, and that wasn't a real good team. And our defense was bad that year, dude. You know what I mean? Our defense was bad. Our defense is way better this year. Max Crosby was eating Lamar Jackson's lunch in that game in 2021 when we played the Ravens. So, I'm not too worried about Baltimore, man. They don't really put fear in me or nothing like that. Are they a good team? Yeah, they're a good team. But I feel like the Raiders are a good team too. We just didn't look very good in that first game. And like I said, I'm not putting too much into that first game just because it's week one. There's a lot of glaring needs or a lot of glaring holes, in my opinion, that you can see. But if you go back and, and you try not to nitpick and shit, there was a lot of good things we could take from that game that we could take into this game. And I'll actually name you a couple right now, as I actually have them in my notes. All right, so let's go ahead and let's get the news and notes out of the way first, because the Raiders have brought in a couple of players. What's good with you, Mr. Lopez? I'm firing up right now. El Jefe. There's a couple players that we did bring in. The Raiders signed Kavion Chason. He's a former first-round pick from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Drafted 20th overall in the 2020 NFL Draft out of LSU, 6'3", 245. In 5 seasons, we could say 4 seasons because he's going into his 5th season now. 73 tackles, 48 of those are solo, 5 sacks, and 2 PBUs. So, obviously with the with the lack of, anybody on the opposite of Max Crosby now. We got Charles Snowden. We got Janarius Robinson, but the Raiders had to find a way to bring in some depth. You know what I mean? K'Von Chase on a dude that's never really worked out. He's been on a couple teams since being drafted by the Jaguars, just never worked out. He's a young guy. I like that. I like that he's a young guy. There's things that the Raiders can work on there. They can develop him. You know what I mean? Who's to say that, this isn't the change of scenery he needs? You know what I'm saying? So we did bring in a defensive end. I do like Ngakoue, but I don't like Ngakoue in the same fucking sentence. El Jefe. Ngakoue is putrid against the run, bro. Like, he's putrid. There's a reason why he's not on an NFL team. You know what I mean? Like, he is absolutely terrible against the run. Probably one of the worst run defenders in the NFL when he's in the NFL. So that's the only reason why I don't like him. And that's the reason why he's not signed right now, if I'm keeping the beam with you. But I do like Yannick Ngakoue. I think he's one of the reasons why we got our ass smoked in Kansas City that one year, though, because he got all the Raiders players around to dance on the Chiefs logo, and we got our ass kicked in that game. The Raiders did sign another player, defensive back, cornerback, Caillou Blue Kelly. We signed him to the practice squad, originally drafted the 5th round of the 2023 draft by the Baltimore Ravens with the 22nd pick in the 5th round. 6 foot, 191, is actually from Las Vegas. So, that's one thing I have seen with the Raiders. A lot of these guys that we bring in this shit, a lot of these guys, man, that we bring to the practice squad, a lot of these dudes are fucking like from Vegas, you know what I'm saying, around Vegas. Yeah, I'm going to get to that depressed Raider fan. He's fucking terrible. So that's cool. A feel-good story there. I don't know too much about the kid. Obviously, he was barely drafted last year. What up, Nutty Raider Nate? Just win, baby, in the building. Obviously, he was just drafted last year. I haven't had a chance to go look at no film or nothing. But typically, when you're signing guys now, once the regular season starts, you don't really expect a ton of contributions from them. I'm not expecting, K'Von Chase or this Caillou Blue Kelly dude to come in and, be really good for our team. What up, Hector? Welcome to the channel, bro. So, like I said, that's just my expectations. I'm just not expecting much out of these guys. But who knows? Sometimes you get these guys and they're good. Who's to say these guys won't be good? I'm not saying I don't expect it. You know what I'm saying? So those are the 2 guys that we did sign. Let's go ahead and get into some stats that I have for you guys. So these are some positives that we can take into this game against Baltimore. Nate Hobbs, Jack Jones, and Jacorian Bennett in that last game against the Chargers allowed a total of 3 receptions for 14 yards, a 47.9 passer rating, and had 2 breakups in that game against the Chargers. If you guys know me, I was a huge fan of Jacorian Bennett last year. He didn't work out last year. I honestly felt like some of the Marcus Peters shit kind of rubbed off on him. I think that's why he didn't have a great fucking season last year. But I knew there was potential there. You know what I mean? So, he had a great fucking game. Jacorian Bennett probably had the best game out of our entire secondary in that game. He was lights out. They only threw the ball. I seen to him like 1 time the entire game, and he broke that bitch up. Played lights out. I'm not saying these receivers are world beaters by any stretch of the imagination for the Chargers, because you guys know me. I told you guys going into that game last week that their receivers are not good. But they have a good quarterback. And the Raiders held Justin Herbert's like 170-something yards passing. There was no passing. They couldn't throw the ball. They couldn't get time to throw the ball. Secondary played their fucking ass off, especially those corners. Nate Hobbs played his ass off, dude. If you go back and you look at both of those big runs that J.K. Dobbins had, who hustled all the way down the field to make that tackle to save those touchdowns, bro? Because both of those runs ended in field goals. You know what I'm saying? The long runs, at least. Obviously, J.K. Dobbins had a run from like the 15 that ran in, but he had like a 50-yard run and a 60-yard run, bro. And Nate Hobbs saved both of those fucking touchdowns. So, that was good to see. I thought the secondary played really well, especially for guys that, had a lot of question marks coming into this season. You know, Jack Jones still kind of unproven. You know, shout out to Jack Jones there, man, sticking up for his boy in the end zone. Do I like throwing punches and shit in football games? No, I agree with Antonio Pierce said, man, if you want to do that shit, go be a boxer. We're football players. We don't punch each other and shit. So that was a good statement. I do agree with that. So that was cool to see. You know, him and Joshua Palmer got into a little something. He was trying to stick up for his teammate. I forget who it was. It may have been Marcus Epps. But you know, Jack Jones kind of unproven. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people like Jack Jones. A lot of people like Jack Jones based off what they seen last year. I'm not one of those guys that tries to fall for the what's the word? I can never think of the statement, bro. The flash in the pan type players, right? Like, oh, you make a couple plays, I'm just gonna fall in love with you type shit, right? Like, I have to see. I'm a consistency based person, bro. Especially when it comes to players for the Raiders. Because the Raiders have had a lot of players that have come in, looks good for a couple of games, look good for a season, and then just go to be shit, you know. So it's happened before. I'm just all about consistency, right? So, you know, I had to see Jack Jones go out and play this year, and you know, in week 1 he played well. You know, I'll give him that. Jacorian Bennett, I told y'all my biggest question mark for the defense coming into this season was the number 2 corner. What up, Jerry? I'm not talking about fucking Colin Kaepernick, dude. Colin Kaepernick's fucking trash. I had a lot of, what up, Big Ragu? I had a lot of question marks about the number 2 corner. Jacorian Bennett, shut me up. He's played well in the preseason, or he played well all preseason. And he played well once the season started. It's going to be interesting to see how he plays, you know, with a better set of weapons this week. You know, he'll get tested a little bit. You know, the Ravens, they have Zay Jones. They drafted Rashad Bateman in the first round a couple of years ago. They're still hoping that he pans out to be something. The Ravens have 2 really good tight ends. You know, their tight ends are what the Raiders want their tight ends to be. Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews are really, really good football players. You know, Mark Andrews, he's coming back from a really bad injury. He didn't play well against the Chiefs, but Isaiah Likely over 10 receptions, I believe close to 10 receptions, over 100 yards receiving, a touchdown, looked really, really good in that game. So their 2 tight ends are a problem. You know, Derrick Henry, you know, I've said this before, man. I think the Raiders tend to fare better against the downhill power type running backs than we do them little scat backs, bro. In my opinion, it's always like the scat back running backs that fuck us up. Not these big heavy fucking power running backs. Henry didn't look good in that game against the Chiefs. He looked like he's getting old. So, you know, I'm not offensively, man, like they present problems. They do. Zay Jones is fast. Rashad Bateman, there's still questions that need to be answered there with Rashad Bateman for a lot of Ravens fans. Shout out to the 25, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button. We had 12 likes to get this bitch up to 20 likes. They have Rashad Bateman. Like I said, there's question marks there. But like I said, their 2 tight ends are extremely fucking talented. You know, if he's healthy and if he's, you know, lives up to his name, like I said, I just think he's getting old. If Derrick Henry can run well, they present problems. You know what I'm saying? They also have another running back. I can't think of his name. They got another running back that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He did damage the other night against the Chiefs. But, you know, if you go back and, like I said, we want to talk about the run, right? We just talked about the secondary. The Raiders' run defense versus the Chargers. The Chargers had 4 carries that went for 129 yards. So they ran for a total of 27 times for 176 yards, right? 27 times 176 yards. They had 4 carries that went for 129. They had 23 carries that averaged they had 23 carries for 47 yards outside of those 4 runs, and they averaged 2 yards per carry. This is some Sunday driver. So what I'm trying to say is the Raiders can play some good run defense. What killed us in that game was those chunk runs. Those chunk runs, dude. Divine Diablo, garbage. Like, I feel like Divine Diablo got worse, dude. Like, I know a lot of people haven't really liked Divine Diablo. I've tried to, stick up for Divine Diablo. After that first game, dude, he looked putrid, bro. Like, he was taking terrible angles. He was trying to tackle running backs with his arms. It didn't look good. It didn't look good for Divine Diablo. And I promise you, if he keeps playing like that, dude, he's not going to be in there very long. Antonio Pierce, a former linebacker, he's not going to allow Divine Diablo to play like that. Terrible angles, trying to tackle for his shoulder, tackle with his shoulder, tackle with his arms. He's not bringing nobody to the ground. Just embarrassing, dude. All of those runs, those long-ass runs that we gave up were all bad angles by Divine Diablo and Marcus Epps, dude. Marcus Epps is fucking trash, bro. I don't know how any of you guys ever thought that he was good, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like, I hate to be the dude that comes on this bitch because we know another somebody that does the same shit, but just listen to me when I tell you, bro. Marcus Epps sucks, bro. He's terrible, dog. He's fucking terrible. Does he have flashes? Yes, he does have flashes. Every fucking player has flashes. Dude, he sucks. He's way overpaid. Motherfucker said the Eagles missed Marcus Epps. When the fuck did the Eagles miss Marcus Epps? They still had a great defense last year, and they still went to the playoffs without that motherfucker. In all honesty, Marcus Epps was the weakest link in that Philadelphia Eagles secondary. That's why they let him walk. He sucks. He sucks. Divine Diablo sucks. Divine Diablo has sucked for a couple of years. I try to stick up for him because I like him. You know what I mean? So I try to give reasons to stick up for him. I can't do it no more, dude. He's fucking terrible, dog. You got that guy Amari Gainer. Bernie's another dude that sucks. El Jefe, in my opinion. I'm tough with words. He probably doesn't suck. I think he sucks. I don't like him at all. He hasn't shown me fuck all since we drafted him. Or he was undrafted or whatever the fuck it was. I think it was a late round pick, undrafted. But that Amari Gainer kid's going to be good, bro. That's a dude that's going to be good. That's a dude that is probably going to get in there sooner than later. If Divine Diablo keeps playing the way Divine Diablo's been playing that last game, dude, he's not going to be in that starting lineup very long, dude. I promise you that. That arm tackle shit ain't going to cut it, bro. Just sticking your arm out or just trying to hit somebody with your shoulder. I don't know if Snowden sucks. I haven't seen much of Snowden. In my opinion, I don't think it really matters if Snowden sucks or not because he's not going to get a ton of reps anyways. He's like the third fucking pass rusher now. Or a second pass rusher, so he won't get a ton of snaps, but he might suck, but typically when you get to your third, fourth, fifth fucking pass rusher, dude, typically those guys suck. And right now, Snowden would be behind Kuntz, he would be behind Tyree, he'd be behind Janarius Robinson, so he'd be at least 4 or 5, so I would expect him to suck, right? Like, there's no reason to hate Snowden for sucking. There's a reason why he sucks. He's the fucking 4th or 5th guy in the fucking rotation on the fucking defensive end. What happened to that Ravens linebacker's eye? I don't know. I'll talk. I didn't bring up injuries or nothing. I'm going to save that for tomorrow for the podcast when I can have all my guys and shit. And they still have to practice today. It's still too early. I won't know the final practice results until tomorrow. So we'll go over the injuries and shit tomorrow. But I know Tyree Wilson's more than likely not going to play in this game. Book it. Tyree Wilson's not going to play. For almost positively, he's not going to fucking play, dude. Everybody else should be good to go. Jackson Powers Johnson's sick. I'm pretty sure he'll probably play, though. I'm sure he'll be out there, but he's not going to play. He's not going to play. They haven't announced Tyree's out, but I'm almost positive he's out. If he's got a knee injury, dude, he's not coming back. Tyree got a knee injury on like the first play of the game last week. El Jefe, you didn't know that? That motherfucker came in for like one play and blew his fucking knee out. Tyree Wilson strained it or something. I don't fucking know. Nah, I'm good on Hunter Renfrow, bro. There's a reason why he's a free agent. We have too many talented wide receivers anyways. We don't need Hunter Renfrow. But, yeah, so let's see. What else do I got? Let's see. We have the corners. The run defense. So this is another thing, right? That's what I was thinking, depressed Raider fan. What up, father and son football? So, what up, my opinion? Salute, bro. This is my thing. You have two teams going into this game 0-1. At 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, give or take Sunday, one of these teams are going to be 0-2. Going back to 1990, only 31 of 270 teams that started the season 0-2 have reached the playoffs. That's 11.5%. 11.5% to make the playoff, chance to make the playoffs. 31 out of 270 teams that have started 0-2 have only made the playoffs. We got some talented receivers, but no one to give them the ball. I agree. So that's like my biggest takeaway from this, bro. That part, depressed. It's almost a must win. You know, it's tough to bounce back from 0-2. I have to see, like, I don't have fucking, my memory's not great no more, so I don't fucking know like all of our teams, but I know, or all of our games, but I know we got fucking the Panthers and the Browns after this next game, which I believe both of those games are winnable, and I think the Raiders should win those games. The Browns just aren't the same without Nick Chubb and with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's just not very good, dude. So, you know, if we were to go 0-2, you know, the chance to get back to 500 at 2-2 is realistic, but 0-2, man, it's tough to pull yourself out of that, bro. He said, what's your point, G? You trying to make another depressed Raider fan? Who are you talking to, me? So, you know, at the end of the day, man, it's an early must-win game for the Raiders. Like I said, man, before, these 10 a.m. kickoffs, they just don't bode well for the Raiders, man. You know, when I have to get up at 10 o'clock in the morning, usually 8 o'clock in the morning, because I usually got to go to the store, you feel me, get me an orange juice, you heard, get me some snacks, you feel me, and then come back, and obviously, you know, I got to get my studio set up, get my green screen up, my lights and shit up, and then get ready to do the play-by-play. I have to get up earlier, you know, and usually when I get up that early, the motherfucking Raiders don't win, you know. And the thing that sucks about that is, like, you get up early to watch your team lose, and you got to fucking go through all these other fucking football games, all the 1 p.m. games and shit, and you're fucking already lost. It sucks. That's how I am, depressed Raider fan, dude. When the Raiders suck, dude, I just giggle, dude. I giggle, bro. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't surprise me. Yeah, that's why, like, when people be getting all worked up, what up, 303 Raider? When people get all worked up about the Raiders, like, I know, I've been there, I've done that. I've taken it from somebody who's got a terrible anger problem, bro. I don't let the Raiders get me there no more. The Raiders used to put me in a bad place after losses. I'd go to work pissed off. Be pissed off at the world, road raging. You heard? What up, Joe Walsh? Real original Gators. Like, we haven't heard that 100 million times. But yeah, man, I used to really let the Raiders affect me. You know, and it's like, I've said this before, you know, I just don't think the Raiders can ever surprise me anymore. You know, like, when we traded Khalil Mack, I said this then, and I'm going to say it again, bro. When we traded Khalil Mack, I was like, oh, bro, this team will fucking do anything, bro. Because I had said several times to, like, all my friends, all my people and shit, like, bro, the Raiders, if there's one thing they'll never do, bro, is they're never going to trade Khalil Mack. And then they traded Khalil Mack, bro. You know, this team is one of the most unpredictable teams, if not the most unpredictable team, in not only all of football, but all of sports. You know, we're the biggest roller coaster ride franchise in all of sports, dude. We really are. That's why, like, motherfuckers be wanting to bet, like, on the Raiders, and I'm just like, nah, bro, I ain't betting on the Raiders. You feel me? Like, nah, hell nah. Because I already know the Raiders be on that shit, bro. You feel me? What up, all eyes on G? So, you know, it's tough, bro. And I say that to say this. Like, They don't surprise me, bro. So when we lose games or whatever, like, it just don't bother me none, bro. And a lot of the times I can just laugh at this shit, like you said, bro. I just be laughing at this shit. This shit don't mean nothing. You feel me? Like, this, at the end of the day, bro, I have no control over this, bro. I have no control over if the Raiders win or lose. So I'm not gonna let them get me emotional. You know, never. I was taught this, you know, as a youngin', you feel me, playing football and shit and playing sports. Don't get too high on wins and don't get too low on losses. You feel me? Like, that's just the way it is, you know. Unless it's a Super Bowl or something, like, in my opinion, there's no reason to really get worked up because you really weren't there anyways, right? That's what it's all about. You feel me? So I don't really get worked up or nothing. Like I said, sometimes I'll be pissed. Yeah, I'll get mad for like 5 minutes. For like 5 minutes. That's why, like, motherfuckers are so good at, like, instant reactions. Like, if I do instant reactions, like, as soon as the game's over, bro, like, I don't do those, though, bro. Like, usually I'll wait till the next day. I try to cool down. You feel me? Miguel. I try to cool down. You feel me? And sleep on it. Because and for the most part, it's because I'm live during the whole game. So I've been live for, you know, almost 4 hours doing play-by-play. I don't want to do another post game for another hour or two. That's just too much time on the internet. But yeah, man. So, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, dude, just if you could take one piece of advice, is just don't get too high on wins and don't get too low on losses. Especially when it comes to the Raiders, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Raiders are probably the most bipolar team in the NFL. You know what I mean? Like, one week we're good, we look really good, and then the next week we can't score a fucking point, and then the next week we fucking hold Kansas City. Like, it's crazy. You just can't make this shit up. It's the most unpredictable team in all of sports, not just the NFL. So let's see what else we got here. Keys D, I'm gonna give you first. Let me give you guys. I always got chat questions, right? Who will be the player of the game on offense for the Raiders in this game? As you guys let me know that. Offensively, 3 keys of the game. Number 1. We got to stretch the field. We cannot keep settling for fucking dumping the ball down, hand the ball off, hand the ball off. Trey Tucker's got to get the ball. You seen what the Chargers did to the Raiders last week, dude. They literally just fucking crowded the line of scrimmage, put 10 guys in the box, and forced the Raiders to throw the ball downfield. You want to know why we weren't successful on offense, ladies and gentlemen? Because we didn't stretch the football field against the Chargers. You have to, dude. You have to make the defense respect you. I always thought what Al Davis say, we don't take what you give us, we take what we want. So we're just settling for just taking what the defense gives us and checking the ball down, not throwing the ball deep. You throw the ball deep, it opens up all that underneath check down shit that you want to throw. And it opens up your run game. It was not there. That game against the Chargers looked like Jimmy Garoppolo all over again. It looked like Jimmy Garoppolo and Josh McDaniels. That's what that game looked like against the Chargers offensively. That was putrid. Did Minshew have a good amount of passing yards and good completion percentage? Yeah, motherfucker averaged 4 yards per throw. Threw the ball 4 yards. It's pretty much Derek Carr without an arm. Come on, man. We can't win like that. You can't win like that, dude. You've got to throw the ball down the field. And like I said, I don't know who to put it on. maybe it wasn't fucking, maybe it's Luke Getsy, which I wouldn't be surprised. What up, D Menace? Saludos. Maybe it's Luke Getsy, because we all know Luke Getsy is basura. He's trash. Luke Getsy's basura. Luke Getsy is going to be the reason why if Antonio Pierce gets fired and the Raiders suck, it's going to be Luke Getsy. He fucked up with that hire. It's the worst hire you could have got, dude. By far. It's a terrible hire. Look what he did in Chicago. Motherfuckers blame Justin Fields. That fucking offense was terrible. The offense was fucking terrible. So we got to see some down the field shots. Luke Getsy, you got to dial it up. Minshew, you got to throw the ball. I don't want to hear no O-line excuses. Motherfuckers was saying that's the reason why we started Minshew, right? Oh, we got to start Minshew. Our O-line sucks. And now motherfuckers is saying it's the O-line's fault? That shit don't make no sense to me. Y'all wild. Didn't y'all say, oh, we got to start Minshew. Our offensive line sucks. He's mobile. He'll run away from it. And then now this motherfucker goes out there and gets destroyed, and now it's the offensive line's fault. Like, come on, bro. Y'all can't make this shit up, dude. That shit is wild, because I seen a lot of motherfuckers blaming the offensive line. It was those same motherfuckers that was saying they wanted Minshew because he could run away from sacks. That motherfucker didn't run away from no sacks. That motherfucker can't run away from shit. There's no reason to even have him as the starter, dude. He can't run away from a sack. That's the reason why he's there, right? Because he's mobile. He didn't look very fucking mobile to me. He didn't look very mobile at all. He looked like shit. He looked like shit, bro. The offensive line didn't give him no favors. I agree, but a lot of motherfuckers thought the offensive line was going to be shit. A lot of motherfuckers was like, oh, the Chargers have 2 elite pass rushers. That's the reason why we need Minshew. We got the Chargers, and they got Bosa and Mack. And then we got the Ravens and their crazy pass rush. And then we got Myles Garrett. We have to start Minshew. We have to. He'll run away from him. And now the same motherfuckers over here bitching about the offensive line, knowing damn well that our offensive line was garbage, and that's the reason, our offensive line was suspect, and fucking we were playing against all these elite pass rushers, and that's the reason why they wanted to start Minshew over Aiden. So you're telling me, what up, Scrum the Bum? So you're telling me the last time we played the Chargers with Aiden, we scored 63 fucking points, a franchise record, blew them off the fucking map, and the team got better this year, and you decided to go with Minshew? Like, come on, bro. Shit just don't make no sense. Antonio Pierce is in over his head, bro. Then over his fucking head. Over one preseason interception? I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's wild to me, dude. Like I said, the Raiders never surprise me. This is just what we do. It's what we do, bro. It's just wild to me. Like, you go with the hot. Then he says we got to go with the hot hand, Antonio Pierce. And then he literally didn't do it, kept putting Zamir White back in the game. After he fumbled the ball, when he couldn't even get 1 fucking yard, they kept putting him in the fucking game. After Alexander Madison scored a touchdown. They said, Alexander Madison, we got to roll with the hot hand, right? Why didn't Alexander Madison keep playing? Why would you put Zamir White in the game and get 1 fucking yard? And then, since you wanted to keep putting him back in the game, guess what he did? He fucking fumbled the ball. The running back that still has more fumbles than he does touchdowns in the National Football League, he's obviously playing way worse than Madison with the same offensive line. I mean, barring they both had like the same amount of rush yards and shit, but Alexander Madison didn't get as many touches. You know what I'm saying? Zamir White had way more touches, couldn't even get 1 fucking yard, dude. He's fucking terrible. So you roll, and then you want to say you want to roll with the hot hand, right? Who's the quarterback that had you 1 game out of the playoffs last year? 1 game out of the playoffs. We would have won 1 more game. We would have went to the playoffs. Who was that? I'll wait. He's actually somebody that's a current quarterback on the team right now. If I'm not mistaken, I would think that was the hot hand. But I mean, what do I know? I'm just a fan, right? We're all just fans. We don't fucking know shit. We don't get paid millions of dollars. We don't know shit. But who is the hot hand? I'm just asking y'all. It almost gives me an aneurysm. Like, it feels like a blood vessel is gonna blow up in my fucking head, dude. I hate to say it, bro, but like I was not a fan of Antonio Pierce as a head coach. Do I think he's, let me rephrase this because I know a lot of people are gonna take this out of context, right? Antonio Pierce has some good qualities of a head coach. He's, leader, rah guy, gets players wanting to play, players love him, blah 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 blah. But there's a lot of things that he don't have. He don't know shit about fucking the X's and O's. He don't know shit about managing a game. He don't know shit about a lot of shit that NFL coaches need to know. The Raiders are in fucking Vegas. We need to win. We ain't got time to be experimenting. Experimental coaches, experimental players, experimental general managers, experimental first round picks. Let everybody just get their first fucking rep with us. Why not? Let's just fucking experiment with everybody because we don't give a fuck about winning, right? Just experiment, baby. Just experiment, baby, ladies and gentlemen. Let's change the fucking name. Fucking change it. Change the fucking name. I'm fucking done. Just experiment. Just mediocre. Just mediocre, baby. Just laugh, baby. Oh, I laugh, but I really want to cry. It makes me sick to say things like this. But sometimes we just gotta laugh. You gotta laugh in life. Gotta laugh in life. Especially sometimes you gotta laugh at things you love. And I love the Raiders and I laugh at them. I have to. Because if I don't, this team will make me really upset. So, that's that, right? So let's move on to the next key to the game. Don't play Zamir White, goddammit. Look, I got that motherfucker right there, gang. Like, y'all see that motherfucker? Don't play Zamir, goddammit. I put that in the goddamn notes, boy, so I don't forget. Don't fucking play Zamir. Don't play Zamir White. Alexander Madison needs to start this game. I'd go out on a motherfucking limb and say start Labe, bro. Start Lob. Let Labe go out there and fucking play. See what you got in him. Because I already know what we got in Alexander Madison. Alexander Madison, he's an okay running back. But he's not really much. He's not really that good neither. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what we got in Labe. Put Labe in, bro. I would start Labe this next game. I would start, actually, if I was him, I would start motherfucking Madison and Labe would be the running back. What up? The backup running back. What up, Khalifa? Hell nah. Hell to the fuck no, dude. Hell to the fuck no, bro. I'm super fucking good at all that. Let me grab my charger real quick. Sorry, guys. Hell nah, bro. I don't want Zamir White getting fuck all snaps. Don't fucking let Zamir White fucking touch the ball at all, dude. Like, Zamir White is strong for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Like, he's strong for nothing. Like, he sits there and puts on all these muscles and shit and sits here and looks like he's all yoked and shit. He's fucking strong for nothing, boy. That motherfucker, as soon as he gets sneezed on, he falls down. Boy, fuck you on. He's fucking terrible, dog. Sorry, I had to go further than I had thought. Yeah, dude, but he's fucking terrible. Don't let him touch the fucking football. You're asking for fucking problems. You're asking for turnovers. You're asking just nah, fuck all that, dude. He's fucking sucks. Yeah, Zamir White fucking sucks, dude. Fuck him. He's fucking terrible, dude. And it's like, I hate to be that guy that be like, I told you so. But guess what, bro? I fucking told you so. He fucking sucks, dude. He's fucking terrible, man. And that made the moving on from Josh Jacobs shit that much worse, bro. Because how bad he is, dude. Like he don't got any future in the NFL as a starting running back, dude. Like he don't. Like if anything, like they might bring him in like for certain packages and shit like that. But as a starting running back, nah, bro. Hell nah. Hell nah. I knew when we drafted him he wasn't gonna be no goddamn starting running back. Fuck, I'd be down with that too. Depressed, line up motherfucking Bowers at fucking running back. Fuck it. Try to tell you, bro, Bowers is the real deal. I don't think I gotta really tell any of y'all shit if y'all did your own homework, but me, I'm a Georgia fan. I fuck with Georgia heavy, dog. And I was following Bowers all throughout the draft process just because I knew how good he was going to be. And I was like, dude, if he goes the fucking Chargers, I'm going to be pissed. So, when he was there, when we drafted him, bro, I was crazy, bro. I went crazy when he was there because I didn't know he was there. There was no way, in all honesty, bro, that he should have made it past fucking, you feel me, 7 or 8. But there was just a run on quarterbacks and a run on offensive tackles. Yeah, I'm already hit. All eyes on G. That tunnel vision shit is the reason why he runs into his own guys, because he can't see what's going on over here, all eyes. That's the reason why he runs into his own guys a lot, dude, because his peripheral vision is bad, dude. It's bad. Like when he's going forward, he can't really see what's going on over here, dude. You feel me? Like his shit don't work like that. His vision don't work like that. So that's why he don't see cutback lanes, bro. That's the reason why he just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna fucking run as hard as I can into this offensive lineman. Hopefully he pushes me through here type shit, bro. You got to have good peripheral vision, dude, as a running back. Vision as a whole, man, but peripheral, definitely, bro. So, yeah, his shit's broken, dude. No peripheral vision. So, yeah, don't give Zamir White the ball, dude. Anybody but Zamir White, please. Shout out to the 30, man. We 1 like away from 20. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys subscribe. We're like 50 subscribers away from 1,000. Keys to the game on defense. You guys can go ahead and give me your guys' keys to the game on defense if you want to in the chat. I gave you guys a question earlier, who's going to be the MVP of this game. Go ahead and ask you guys another question. Let's see, what do I got here for you? I got a bunch of questions right here. Let's pick a good one. Does Bowers score his first NFL touchdown in this game? As Amir rides horses, not Madden. What up, J-Dog? So my first key of the game on defense, keep contained on Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's probably the best running quarterback probably the game has ever seen. Obviously don't have a Super Bowl, but if you talk about his accolades and all that good stuff, probably the best running quarterback the game has ever seen. Very slippery. He's a key to what the Ravens do offensively. You can't just rush Lamar. You have to kind of keep him hemmed in. What up, Sammy? You have to keep him hemmed in and make him uncomfortable is the key to with Lamar. What up, KP? And what I mean by that is you want to make every quarterback uncomfortable, right? That's the key to the game. The quarterback must go down. He must go down hard, right? But what I mean by that is that Lamar Jackson can throw the football, but if you get him in uncomfortable positions, he tends to throw stupid passes. So you got to get him to where, you know, he's starting to run towards somebody and about to get snatched, and he kind of has to throw out of those. That's what you want, you know. Max Crosby, I don't know if you guys remember, but we played them back in 2021, the home opener, the first game in Vegas with fans. And Lamar tried to run away from Max Crosby, and Max Crosby chased him down from behind. So I know I'm not too worried about Lamar. Just because I seen what the Raiders did to Lamar a few years ago with a worse defense, a defense that wasn't even projected to be as good as ours. Carl Nassib strip sacked him. You know what I mean? So Max Crosby had a great game. So I expect the Raiders to be able to do some things. And it's not like the Ravens didn't have nobody in that game. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to kind of see how the game pans out. But at the end of the day, dude, you cannot just go out and just straight rush Lamar. You have to find a way to keep contained on Lamar. Second key to the defense, Diablo. Diablo. Tiska. Porta potty player of the game from last week. Just poo-poo caca. Basura. Divine Diablo. I don't know what's going on with you, Divine. Tried to root for you a lot, man, over the last few years. You're just not getting it, dude. He still looks like a rookie, dude. He still makes rookie mistakes, man. He's got a hot seat like a motherfucker, bro. Change gears. He's got a hot seat like a motherfucker, dude. What up, Jade Hawk? I like Luke Masterson. I know Afakasi, my boy Afakasi, is a huge Masterson guy. I like Masterson. I think he's got a bright future for us at some point. What up, Cool Kev? And this Amari Gaynor kid that we got this year looks really good. So, like I said, man, Antonio Pierce, former linebacker. How much longer is he going to deal with Diablo, not tackling and having any kind of formidable form of tackles? Like, he don't even know how to square up and tackle, dude. He's a converted safety, so you have to equate that. But you can't keep making that as an excuse, dude. If you want to play linebacker, dude, you got to learn how to play linebacker. You're not a safety no more, dude. You're a fucking linebacker. He gets bullied by offensive linemen. They push him around. Takes bad angles, fills in the wrong gaps. You can only deal with so much of it, man. So Diablo is going to have to go out and do something in this game. He's going to be one of the keys to our defense because he's going to be a starter, bro. And if, we're going to need all of our linebackers to stop the run. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, I got a soundboard, bro. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, but that we know the Ravens are going to try to run the football, so we're going to need Diablo to go out there and actually take some good angles in this game. My next key of the game is Likely is better than Mark Andrews. And if you guys don't know who Likely is, that's Isaiah Likely. That's their tight end that caught that game-tying touchdown last week that was rolled out of bounds against Kansas City. That's Isaiah Likely. In my opinion, he's better than Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is coming off a really bad injury. He was kind of drafted to be the future tight end in Baltimore. I think he was drafted last year. He's really good. He's fast. He's tall. He can block. So he's good. Like I said, Zay Flowers, he's all right. He's all right. I won't say he's good. Great. I guess we'll say he's good. He's good. He's not great or nothing. But I don't think he's anything that, Jack Jones or JB can't hold. You know what I mean? The other receiver they got, I forgot his fucking name. I talked about him earlier. They drafted him in the first round a couple years ago. Rashad Bateman. He's not, he hasn't really lived up to that first round hype yet neither. So they rely a lot on their tight ends. And we got to be worried about Isaiah Likely. I forgot they got Nelson Aguilar too, but I'm not too worried about Nelson Aguilar neither. They have a lot of, in my opinion, outside of Zay Flowers, their receivers are extremely mid. So, that's why they have 2 real good tight ends. So they got to go out there, find them tight ends, find a way to get a stop on those tight ends. And my last key of the game is get physical with these wide receivers, because a lot of their receivers are small. They're not big, 6'2", 6'1" type receivers. A lot of these guys are all small guys. You can go out there, you can get handsy with them, you can get physical with them. And we have to see what Antonio Pierce has been preaching. When it's all said and done, the only way we're going to have a chance to win this game is by going out there and being able to physically compete with the Baltimore Ravens. Like I said earlier, there's one thing that you're going to guarantee when you play Baltimore or you play the Steelers, teams like that. It's going to be a snotty nose game. Somebody's going to get hit and their nose is going to snot. You like Antonio Pierce said, bring your Advil, bring your Tylenol. This is going to be a physical game. If we do not go out there and match the Ravens' physicality, we can get smoked out of this building. I promise you, dude. The Ravens are coming off of a loss in a game that they felt like they should have won. They have their home opener in front of their fans. The stadium's going to be sold out. Ravens fans, that bitch going to be rocking. If the Raiders go out there and they play like they did against the Chargers, dude, it's going to be a long motherfucking game, dude. It's going to be a long motherfucking game. Give the Ravens as many chances as we gave the Chargers in the red zone and shit like that. Turn the ball over to the Ravens and watch what happens to you. We are going to get fucking smoked if we do not go in there and we don't play pissed off. We don't get physical. Physicality, ill intent, violence. What up, Pyro? Nice to see you, bro. Physicality, ill intent, violence, that shit, right? We need that. We didn't see it against the Chargers. All that shit went out the window when you punted the ball away on the Chargers side of the field on 4th and 1 when you really needed to convert that and score points. You folded. Instead of playing to win, you played to not lose. And that's what we got to see. That's really what we got to see more, is the Raiders just playing like they want to win instead of playing like they don't want to lose. Seen that too many times. This team is too talented offensively to score 10 fucky-ass points, dude. 10 fucking points? Devontae should get you 10 points on his fucking own. He gets paid enough. Pay this motherfucker top dollar. You can't get 10 points, at least a touchdown from Devontae alone? Come on, man. Basura. Trash. If we go into Baltimore and we can't run the football, getting smashed, bro. It's going to be a lot of 3 and outs. It's going to be a lot of 3 and outs, bro. I said it all off season. I said it all fucking off season, if you guys were listening. If we do not run the football, we are not going to win. If we turn the football over, we're not going to win. This is not an offense that's built to recover from fucking itself. We can't afford to shoot ourselves in the fucking foot and think that we're going to be good enough offensively to rebound. We're not. And it sucks to say it, because with all the playmakers we have, we should. But unfortunately, because the quarterback that we have, the quarterbacks, even if it was Aiden, we're not built to shoot ourselves in the foot and come back from that. If we do not play smart, disciplined football, we're not going to win. If we turn the ball over, we're not going to win. Period, dude. We're not good enough. Our quarterback is not good enough. We don't have a quarterback that's going to go out there and throw 30, 40 times a game. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if you think the Raiders want Gardner Minshew backing up dropping back to pass every single fucking play against the Ravens, who have a plethora of pass rushers, oh man, you got another thing coming. I would love to see Mahomes as a Raiders quarterback, him or Lamar. But Mahomes for sure, though. He's the best quarterback in the league. We're just not good enough, guys. You know, and it sucks. It sucks to say that. It's just true. You know, I accepted that once we decided to not get a different quarterback besides Minshew and Aiden. Once we went into the season with those guys, I told you guys. This is another thing that I said. We're rebuilding. The Raiders aren't in no hurry to win now. They proved that already. They didn't go and trade up for no quarterback. They went into the season and just said, fuck it, let's just ride with what we've got, and whatever happens, happens. And we're going to build for the future. That's what we're doing. Will it be sunshine and rainbows? No, it's not. It's going to be shit. It's probably going to be shit. Not saying, you know, Derek Carr is great or nothing, dude, but we don't have no quarterback now. And until you find some kind of stability at the position, the most important position in probably all of sports, you're forever rebuilding until you find that person. So, you know, it's unfortunate. And it's double unfortunate because I just don't think we're going to be bad enough to get a top pick. But who knows? We might be bad enough. I hope we're not. But based off that last game I saw versus the Chargers suck. Their roster is terrible. They got a good defensive line. What up, Thrash? They got a good defensive line. I'll give them that. They got a decent quarterback. The rest of the roster is putrid. The team sucks. And they physically dominated the piss out of us, dude. And we're way better than the Chargers on paper, in my opinion. We put 63 on that team last year. Look what they did to us. We continue to play like that. Ugh. I don't know, man. It just, you know, I try to be as optimistic as I can, but I feel like when reality is staring you right in your face and you fail to acknowledge it, that's what up, Hugo? How can I say it? The definition of insanity, pretty much, because you just keep seeing sunshines and rainbows, and sunshine and rainbows never come, but you keep looking for them, and you know they're never gonna come, type shit. Do I think the Raiders have a good team? Yeah. Do I think we could be good? Yeah. There's a lot of things that weigh on that, though. Offensive line has to play well. We got to be able to run the ball first and foremost. If we can't run the ball, we may have a top 5 pick if we can't run the football. Because I'm telling you right now, Gardner's not going to win you very many games just by him dropping back 40 times. Nope. So, yeah. We'll have to see. Like Al Davis said, man, the greatness of the Raiders is in its future. And you know what's in the future? Sunday against Baltimore. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody who came by, man. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. That's the wrong one. You guys know what fucking time it is. Your boy RaiderBen will be back. I'll be back tomorrow night, man. The Just Win Baby podcast, man, will be live. Myself, Nutty Raider Nate, Pizzo, talking all things RaiderBen, getting you guys ready for Sunday. Try to stay as happy as you can, Raider Nation, man. It's shitty water, and I get it, man. We up shit creek with no paddle, man, but it's gonna be all right, man. You guys know what fucking time it is. Your boy RaiderBen fucks with y'all. I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace, nation. Deuce.